Before you skip this video, give me just 8 minutes. What you're about to hear could completely change the way you think about your career, your purpose, and your future. Stay with me. You don't want to miss this.
Imagine waking up every morning, rushing through traffic, sitting in front of a screen for hours, waiting for the weekend, and then repeating the same cycle again and again for years. From the outside, life may look perfectly fine. You have a stable job, a regular salary, and people around you think you're doing well. But deep inside, something feels missing. This feeling is far more common than most people realize. Millions of people spend years working in careers they are not connected to emotionally. They are not necessarily unhappy, but they are not truly engaged either. They simply move through life on autopilot. Many people believe the reason for this is that they haven't found their passion yet. They keep waiting for a magical moment when everything becomes clear. They watch motivational videos that tell them to follow their heart, listen to their inner voice, or discover their purpose. But after all the inspiration fades, they are left with the same question. What if I don't know what my passion is? The truth is that this question is based on a misunderstanding. Most people think passion is something hidden inside them, waiting to be discovered. Modern research suggests something very different. Passion is usually not found. It is built. Think about it for a moment. Nobody is born passionate about graphic design, photography, coding, entrepreneurship, writing, filmmaking, baking, woodworking, or hundreds of other careers. People become passionate about these things after spending time with them, developing skills, overcoming challenges, and seeing progress. In other words, passion is not the starting point. Passion is often the result. One of the biggest reasons people struggle to find meaningful work is lack of exposure. The world contains thousands of possible careers and opportunities, yet most people only know a small fraction of them. Growing up, many are exposed to only a handful of career paths: doctor, engineer, lawyer, teacher, government employee, business owner, or accountant. But how can someone dream of becoming something they have never seen? How can a person become excited about a field they don't even know exists? This is why looking inward is often
the wrong first step. The first step is looking outward. Explore the world. Explore industries, skills, professions, hobbies, and projects. Give yourself permission to be curious again. Many of the world's most successful people did not specialize immediately. Before finding their path, they experimented. They tried different activities, developed different skills, and learned what naturally attracted their attention. Over time, patterns began to emerge. The same thing can happen to you.
Instead of asking, "What is my passion?" ask, "What can I explore next?" This simple shift changes everything. When you start exploring, something interesting happens. Certain activities begin to pull your attention more than others. You become curious. You start learning voluntarily. Hours pass without you noticing. Psychologists call this the flow state. Flow is the mental state where you become completely absorbed in an activity. You lose track of time. Your focus sharpens. You feel challenged but not overwhelmed. The work feels meaningful and engaging. Flow is one of the strongest clues that you're moving in the right direction. But there is a catch. You cannot discover flow by thinking about activities. You discover flow by doing them. You cannot sit on your couch wondering whether photography is your passion. You need to take pictures. You cannot know whether writing excites you until you write. You cannot know whether content creation, coding, teaching, designing, woodworking, baking, or consulting is right for you until you spend real time doing the work. Action creates clarity. Thinking alone rarely does. A practical approach is to dedicate time to experimentation. Pick several areas that interest you and commit to trying them seriously. Not for 5 minutes, not for one day. Give each one enough time to experience the reality of the work. As you do this, pay attention to 2 things. First, do you enjoy the process? Second, are you becoming better at it? Because real passion tends to grow where interest and competence meet. The more skilled you become, the more confidence you gain. The more confidence you gain, the more enjoyable the activity becomes. The more enjoyable it becomes, the more effort you're willing to invest. This creates a powerful cycle. Exploration leads to skill. Skill leads to confidence. Confidence leads to passion. Passion leads to persistence. And persistence leads to excellence. Unfortunately, many people never reach this stage because they quit too early. The moment they face criticism, failure, slow progress, or self-doubt, they assume the activity isn't meant for them. But every worthwhile skill feels uncomfortable in the beginning. The first attempts are rarely impressive. The first videos look awkward. The first articles sound average. The first designs are messy. The first business ideas fail. The first projects often disappoint. This is normal. Progress is not supposed to look impressive at the start. What separates successful people from everyone else is not extraordinary talent. It is their willingness to continue after the excitement disappears. Of passion and perseverance over long periods of time. People with grit keep improving even when results are slow. They stay committed long enough to develop expertise. And expertise is what eventually creates opportunities. This is why building a meaningful career doesn't require quitting your job tomorrow. In fact, for most people, that would be a terrible idea. A much smarter approach is to start small. Keep your current responsibilities, keep your income, but create a small project that belongs entirely to you. Spend an hour each day or a few hours every weekend developing a skill, creating content, building a portfolio, offering a service, or working on something that genuinely interests you. Over time, that small project can become more than a hobby. It can become a source of confidence, a source of purpose, a source of income. And sometimes, it can even become a completely new career. The goal is not to escape work. The goal is to create a life where your work feels meaningful. This idea is reflected in the Japanese concept of Ikigai, often described as a reason for being. It exists at the intersection of four things: what you love, what you are good at, what the world needs, and what people are willing to pay for. Many people make the mistake of treating Ikigai like a puzzle that must be solved immediately. But it doesn't work that way. Ikigai is not discovered overnight. It is built through years of exploration, practice, learning, and growth. No one starts with complete certainty. Clarity comes after action, not before it. So if you're waiting for the perfect idea, the perfect moment, or the perfect passion to appear, stop waiting. Start exploring. Try new things. Develop skills. Follow your curiosity. Pay attention to what creates flow. Give yourself permission to be a beginner, because the people who eventually build extraordinary careers are usually not the people who had everything figured out from the beginning. They are the people who were willing to start before they had all the answers. Your passion is probably not hiding somewhere inside you. It is waiting to be built through the choices you make, the skills you develop, and the experiences you create. The question is not whether you have a passion. The question is whether you are willing to explore long enough to find what truly makes you come alive. If you found this video valuable and it gave you a new perspective, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss future videos like this. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.